Well, hello there. ¿Cómo estamos, minasan? I hope you guys are doing well this morning, afternoon, evening. It is I, your data guardian angel, TenebrisTenshi. How you guys doing today? Well, I actually have to get up really early tomorrow, so let us just get right on to the thing that we were going to do, which is reacting to the thing, which is something that I just didn't prepare correctly because I am running at a million miles per hour. There we go. All right, let's take a look at the Zenless Zone Zero thing before we get into the other thing. Dumplings. I figure there's gonna be a lot of China in this one, considering. That was very Chinese, thus I have no idea what it said. All right, back it on up. Alright. Interesting.
Hey, 开始啦！大家好，欢迎来到970 2.0版本天然特别节目，我是大伟哥。
大家好，我是大家老朋友小 Y。大家好，我是编剧小 K。
很感谢各位神将一直支持970走到今天。虽然我有很多想说的，但小 Y 应该有更多想说的吧？
没错，970马上就要2.0了，同时2.0也是我们第一个周年。
Let's see how this goes, shall we? I'm actually kind of curious.
和改正游戏的不足，尝试通过不同的方式，提供给大家更丰富有趣的游戏体验。虽然我们也很年轻啊，但多亏了各位神将的支持，我们才能够更加坚定地走到今天。
说得对，这次2.0呢，也是我们目前投入极高努力和热情的版本。在这1年里，因缘际会之下，法厄同拥有了太多珍贵的伙伴，和他们之间的每一份记忆，都是我们弥足珍贵的羁绊。
属于法厄同的冒险从来都不孤独啊，绝地总能化为坦途。
没错，在第1季故事的末尾，我们与侠盗组织、反蛇鸟联手解决了深轨药剂的危机，也意外激发了埋藏于法厄同体内能够控制以太的神秘力量。
能够控制以太的神秘力量？
在遍地都是空洞的地方，掌握这样的力量可以说是怀璧。
It's funny how it seems like it's been so long since the ether stuff has started, yet also has not been that long at all.
卡罗斯尔纳似乎存在着千
But no one's looked into anything.
没错，为了帮助法厄同掌握这股潜力与隐患并存的力量，梅弗劳尔市长更是请来了被称为虚兽级调查员的宗师伊玄前来相助。而在第2季故事的开端，我们也在市长的授意之下，与云窥山的门主伊玄一同来到了远离中心城区的新区域韦菲地，
也就是我们现在所在的地方。
没错，相信大家也能感受到这里6分街的氛围有诸多不同。那么接下来会有怎么样的展开呢？
请看。
All right.
In the Hollow Era, the court was corrupt with decadence. The martial world stood leaderless. Bandits ran rampant, and people suffered unbearably. Yet heroes of righteousness still rose up, blades drawn and raised to champion justice.
Is that Lemmy and Hala?
You must be the mystics of Yunque's summit. For the safety of everyone here again, I urge you to avoid entering the porcelain production site.
This area is steeped in miasma and its corruptive residue.
Let's see if they explain what she's
I'm the 13th generation High Preceptor of Yunquei Summit, Yishuan. I shall wipe out all evil. Formless air gathers. Corruption is purged. Scatter. Release. Evil shall return to dust.
Interesting. Oops. Is that
you waiting, Shifu. Fufu's here.
Let's check on Fufu.
Really cool too. Come on, I'll show you around. What's going on? Who dares disturb the peace on our streets? Play time! Today's reading is Be a Hero. Tiger Tornado.
Who ate to arms is funny.
Spin, spin, spin. I won't get dizzy this time.
I can't let you have all the fun, Senior Fufu. Man is iron, rice is steel. I make a mean chitlins meal.
Another healer. It looks like that's fun.
Felt like I'd been pulled out of a sweet dream.
If I don't put an end to this disaster tonight, my Yixuan will be shattered along with everything.
But how? Isn't she?
How many times have I told you? What you see with your own eyes isn't necessarily the truth.
Uh-huh.
Get ready! Formation!
On the night of the old capital's
Interesting.
fall 11 years ago, Yunquei
Oh,
Summit answered
okay.
the call and left the mountain to save lives.
So specifically 11 years ago was the old capital fall. Okay.
We shall do it again.
Just in time. The ceremony has just begun.
The one thing I find fascinating is specifically the what's it called? The Chinese in the middle of all that. It's almost like they didn't get the voice actors ready for this. But it's fine because it doesn't sound like those were going to be major characters anyway, or if they were, they're major antagonists. But yeah, that's interesting. 11 years ago. So long enough that does seem like that good middle ground to be long enough that it feels like it's been eons since it started, and that's why people are kind of like returning to a sort of normalcy. Not exactly, but close enough, right? But also not long enough that people still remember what happened before, you know? It kind of works both ways.
小黑老师，
小 K 老师，
欢迎回来。小易老师，向各位升降介绍一下你吧。
大家好，我是编剧小易。
看来这次的故事真是牵扯众多呀。魏飞地这个地方果然卧虎藏龙。
我们循着市长的情报来到这里，却发现这里好像并没有看上去的那么平静。
你说的没错，坐落于魏飞地悬崖海岸的城盔坪，地方虽小，却是据守着灰瓷产区莱姆尼安空洞的工业重镇。哎，说起来，我之前
Hollow. I know it's been mentioned in the game, the Lemmian Hollow, but I'm trying to remember what it was.
视频倒是还挺有趣的。
哦，那就快给大家分享一下吧。
各位老友，而家我哋已經嚟到魏飛地啦。今日過嚟呢度有個主要目的就係揾翻本人期待咗好耐嘅輝瓷。經過我長達1年嘅研究，知道輝瓷係一種珍貴材料。魏飛地附近就係輝瓷嘅原礦輝嶺石嘅產地，而輝瓷係輝嶺石再加工之後嘅成品嚟嘅。
Lumite refined to porcelain, okay.
食性同硬度，所以廣泛用喺新艾利都嘅軍工、空洞探索等設備上面，係魏飛地嘅產業核心嚟嘅。魏飛地所在嘅海島、海岸同地底就隱藏住大量輝瓷礦物。未加工嘅輝嶺石有時仲會俾魏飛地居民當做可以辟邪招財嘅文玩擺設。係輝瓷嚟嘅。
That was... She completely just...
魏飞地特产的灰瓷是相当珍贵的特种空洞材料。
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I do understand when the developers talk like this, it's probably better to do it with them speaking their native language and, you know, just doing subtitles. But that was something they could have dubbed too. They must be having just lots of issues with this stuff right now.
当然，魏飞地的特别之处也不止于此。一方水土一方人，作为远离新爱都中心的边地，魏飞地有着与各大中心城区截然不同的人文风貌。
没错，坐落于海岸的城盔坪
the one thing I'll take note, then other major cities, which means New Eridu is not the only city left, which is what it almost felt like. Though the hint towards the fact that that might not be the case is the Outer Ring, just because there are a lot of people surviving out in basically wastelands. So.
最初是莱姆尼安岛航天城外的居民小镇，
Aerospace City
轰动吞没后，又成为了围绕灰瓷开采中心建立的聚居地。在这里，既有售卖特色灰瓷手工艺品的灰瓷市集，也有风味独特的茶楼和糖水铺。至于更多有意思的叙述，想必法厄同也会在行动的时候一一光顾。
在这里，我们也能看到熟悉的咖啡店、录像店等店。
There's Coffee Cafe, always in some places.
便捷的在这里进行喝咖啡、录像店经营的日常行为。
We can manage the video store from
每天还可
here.
以在随便馆内享
Oh, so we are gonna get a new outfit. Nice.
根据不同的卦象，可以获得不同的奖励。
哎，就像我这样。
哎，小 K 老师今天的运气真不错。 对了，神将们也可以自行选择在晨辉坪进行占卜，或是在6分街和光影广场的刮刮卡处。
Oh, so that's basically a new version of the.
给你。既然到了新城市，当然也还有新的朋友要结交。就如之前 PV 所见，前来帮助法厄同的修者怡玄，正是云盔山的第13代门主，实力足以比肩虚兽的厉害角色。 其实，在第1季的故事中，我们也已经与怡玄门主还有他的弟子菊夫妇打过了交道。他们是能够使用术法的修者，来自久负盛名的宗门云盔山。
在新安列都，云盔山曾经也是很有影响力的势力，门下弟子们也常常下山云游行侠仗义。但是，像门主亲率诸位亲传弟子下山的情况可不多见。
Interesting.
云盔山的门主大人亲自出手的危机，就算是传奇神将法厄同也不可以轻视吧？
你说的没错。 在第2季的故事中，主角法厄同兄妹也将作为见习弟子带入怡玄师傅
Where clouds embrace the
在加入
dawn.
云盔山之后，两人也会接触到云盔山其他性格各异的同门伙伴，并随着调查深入，也将了解到魏飞
I think I might want Jufufu over
大家一起直
Yizen,
面此地爆发的种种危机。
but it really depends on what Yizen brings to the table.
或者说，以怡玄门主有些闲散的性子，恰恰需要一位可靠又心思缜密的弟子从旁辅助吧。
这次魏飞帝隐藏的危机需要大家齐心协力才能解决。
后续我们还会带来不同的短片，给大家展示有关怡玄与云盔山的过去，当然还有他和菊夫妇的日常，以及与一位老朋友的意外邂逅。
They have yet to release any of that. Otherwise, I would watch that today too.
总是跟着一位橘黄色的少女，正是我们在0号空洞的行动中有过一面之缘的修者虎溪人少女菊夫妇。 在怡玄师傅复兴云盔山的10年间，他的门下自然也拜入了许多各具禀赋的弟子。
One of the things that I don't like, and this has so far been at least in Star Rail, and now it's coming to Zenless, is instead of the developers going to other places, trying to draw inspiration from other cultures, this and the other, a la Pokemon almost, right? Pokemon does this all the time, at least since Gen 4. They'll send their developers and designers out to other places to kind of see the world and bring that back to the world that they're trying to build. These guys start somewhere interesting. I can't speak for Genshin or for Third Impact, but they start in some place relatively interesting. The sci-fi nature of Star Rail, where it begins on Herta's space satellite, right? And New Eridu is actually relatively interesting. And then they just kind of tangent into, like, let's just make China. And it makes me wonder one of two things, whether the developers, or maybe not the developers, but the upper echelons of the developers, the people who are calling the shots on what's being made, right, are very uncomfortable and not sure of themselves or what their crew is creating when they're not making Chinese stuff. Because then at the very least, it's like, oh, I know that that's going to be good because I know where that's at. Or if a lot of their Chinese, for lack of a better term, constituents, whatever, complain about the fact that I can't relate to this, there's nothing there that's like what we have, and thus they always have to tangent into Chinese related media. which I think is foolish of them on both counts. One is, okay, you don't know whether or not it's good. How about you open up your horizons and start consuming different media from other places that's not just China, so you can broaden this. Keep it Chinese-centric, fine, but broaden it to a point where it feels more global Chinese than just China Chinese, you know? And in the case of the other one, it's like, you do know that you're, not that the majority of their money is made overseas, but at least a good chunk of it is there. And just like your Chinese customers, I don't want to say customers, but that's why I use constituents. Players, we'll just use players. Your Chinese players are not feeling very welcome in the more, and I'll be at least fair to the Zenless part of it, right? A more Western aesthetic. Your Western players are going to feel very alienated by the Chinese aesthetic, especially if you remain there for a long period of time. I'm not saying like it's a problem, like they need to stop doing it, period. Because, hey, if you want to kind of bring in some of your homeland into this, it's fine. Hi, Chaos. What's up? But the issue is specifically that this is the second time that in the second chapter of a game, it's gone to a very Chinese-centric place. And I'm curious as to if that happened in Genshin and Third Impact. And if it did, that means that they're on a schedule to crash and burn Zenless about as much as they have anything previous to it, you know? And that when I use the word crash and burn, but I mean like, you see how popular the other ones are in comparison to how they were at their height. You know, so it feels like they're just like, okay, we start from a certain place, we go to the China place, and then we go to this place, and then we go to this place, and like it's all regimented. And I don't like that personally, but we'll see what happens. Moving on.
徐福福便是其中的一位。
是的，没错。福福虽然看起来年纪不大，却常常自称随便观的大师姐。
是的，福福姑娘虽然年纪尚小，云昆山的弟子们却都要称她一声大师姐。 早在11年前的旧都陷落事件中，年幼的福福便拜入了于轩的门下，从此跟随师傅刻苦修行，成为了一名出色的修者。
说起来，大师姐虽然个子小小，但是行事的做派倒好像很有威严呢。
And also doesn't shut up apparently.
不怕地不听的于轩门主也说自己不敢不听这位超级可怕大老虎的话。福福不仅有一身好武艺，使得一手好术法。 更是将随便观内外都打点得井井有条，在外云游时也留下了。
We're getting information on the characters today, or if that's getting delayed for later.
居然还是位急公好义的老虎大侠呢。
我听随便观的弟子们说，大师姐常常在寝舍里念自己写的诗，像是什么“云盔山上有猛虎，行侠仗义好威风”之类的。对了，关于陈辉平特色餐厅必吃榜的攻略，也是这位大师姐告诉我的。 而在2.0版本的代理人秘文《猛虎伏魔传》中，
so she's gonna get an agent story.
关于这位虎溪人少女过往与如今的故事。随便观大师姐徐福福误入电影片场，与自己的虎溪人同族合拍武侠大片，本色出演斩妖除魔的虎少侠。然而，在胶片记录的光影以外，似乎又有诡谲风波在暗处涌动。至于福福会遭遇怎样的险境，又如何化险为夷？性格勒敛温驯的福福又为何执着于成？
Wait, reserved? Gentle I can kind of still see from what I've met her with, but reserved Fufu? I'm pretty sure she wasn't very reserved.
这些问题就需要法厄同来亲自一一揭晓了。
All right, what's next? Am I getting what I asked for? Oh, hello. You're a new character. You're a new character. You're not new. You're new, though. So we got a couple newbies in there. But why is Trigger there? I felt a little weird with Trigger showing up out of nowhere.
在第2季的冒险中，除了云盔山的各位修者，我们还将邂逅结识许多来自不同阵营、有着迥异经历的代理人们。
云盔山自不必多说。 而奥波罗斯小队呢？我们与这支防卫军的精锐小队。
Oh, we're getting more Obol Squad. Okay.
在先前的故事中，我们已经结识了其中的11号和班级2位成员。 而在第二集的故事中，我们将了解到更多关于他们必须渡过冥河的命运与理由。
怪诞屋专门分享和解决各类奇闻异事的生活群聊，拯救世界不大行，吃瓜灌水第1名。如果你也对都市传说感兴趣，如果你也是灵异怪谈的行家里手，欢迎加入怪诞屋。都市里发生的奇妙事件，他们绝对不会错过。
没错，除了奇人异事，大家刚刚应该也看到了兄妹的这身装束。
哎，拜入云贵山的门下，法童连面貌都不一样了。神将们在解决主线故事中面临的大危机之外，也免不了要操心门中的日常事务，比如说和福福师姐一起经营随便观。
既然要经营随便观，那就要把它经营的有模有样。
在2.0版本中，我们可以经营随便观，通过售卖商品努力获取云文灰，用于修缮和升级随便观。
我们首先可以通过远征。
Okay, so minigame stuff. I'm gonna skip over this because really we'll get explained later when we actually get to it.
会不会只能在我们已经
任务获得，后期也能从帮朝贵族？
Wait, what's this?
会不会只能在我们已经获得的帮部中选取呢？
那可不是。这里派出的帮部可以通过经营中的一些任务获得，后期也能从
Okay, so this is still temple maintenance stuff.
物铺来获取云文灰和经营材料。
在饮茶间，我们可以通过完成邻里心愿和定期采办中的委托，获取云文灰以及百通宝等材料。
哎，小易，我们是不是还没为大家介绍百通宝相关的店铺
？Omni Coins，
我们在陈辉平还开设有一家特色店铺德丰大鸭，在他的店主杰哥这里，我们可以花费百通宝兑换菲林。
This guy's got an interesting design. He's clearly a android robot, same as like the coffee master at Coffee Cafe, but got an interesting, more Eastern design to him. Fascinating, actually. That's not bad. And so we can use that to get like polychromes and stuff. Okay. We can actually redesign. Hold on. That head is so weird. That's cute though. Why does it look stupider on Wise? Oh my god. It looks kind of like stupid adorable on Bell, but on Wise it's just like, Wise, what are you doing?
兑换奖励值得给大家特意介绍一下储值电卡，使用后可以让大家在非手通的情况下直接完成探索委托和战斗委托，获得所有奖励。
听起来很适合我这种休闲玩家。
是呀，我突然想到，我们是不是还没有提到好物铺呢？
在好物铺内，我们可以通过云文灰兑换到经营随便条的特度。
那我们努力经营任务。
I think some of this stuff will be whatever at this point. Because this thing's a whole hour and I don't really want to spend some time. Whoa, what? This is during combat. Hold on.
是的，神将们可以通过习得的绝感术。
Perception techniques.
崩解之法能够帮助神将破坏拦路的障碍物，显象之法。
Also, 4,000 points for the decibels? Isn't it 3,000? Are we getting expansion of that?
则可以通过定位特定物体，对其进行2种状态的切换。追击之法可以使我们在定位线索物体之后，
I think this is in a particular field.
获得指引。
这3种能力感觉都不。
This is give me the feel of the one white place we went to with Section 6.
有代理人自己偏将们也
会吸时会有特殊效果，命中代理人时会使队伍继续会吸浸染值。当会吸浸染值
Miasma corruption, so yeah, it must be like an area. Or something similar to Hollow Zero, just over on the other side.
不过有师傅传授的绝感术在手。
Alright. Anything else interesting?
我们在2.0版本会为大家提供更全面的探索，以辅助大家探索。
关于地图的
Oh, this is Aerospace City. Okay.
2.0版本
S 级玄墨属性命
Okay, here we go. This is important for me.
云盔山门主 S 级玄墨属性命破代理人。
S rank Aura Ink Rupture. Okay, Rupture is going to be the new type overall, but Aura Ink, is that going to be kind of like Frost is for Miyabi, that is like, it's something akin to something else, but we're just going to call it something different so that, you know, it can be used on top of it instead of having to worry about, you know, ice and frost overlap. Let's see.
发动术法，怡璇会调用身后携带的墨壶，此所谓玄墨。
命魄出现了从未听说过的职业类型。
你说的没错。命魄作为新职业，与其他职业不同之处在于具有命魄特性的代理人会兼具输出和生存能力，擅长通过贯穿伤害无视敌人防御，造成大量伤害。具体来说，怡璇的所有技能伤害都是依赖于贯穿力。
贯穿力似乎也
So basically an attack agent that's a little tankier.
是全新的属性。
That's what I'm understanding from this.
贯穿力无视防御，对敌人直接造成伤害。
Sheer force. A new thing. Sheer force increases sheer damage, and rupture specialty agents have a portion of their attack converted to sheer force. Okay, so sheer force must be. It sounds like rupture is going to be similar to anomaly, but just a different kind of anomaly. Like just in the way it's kind of applied anyway.
同时，怡璇还会根据自己最大生命值提高自己的贯穿力。此外，怡璇的能量槽也是特殊的闪能槽，闪能拥有特殊的获得与使用机制。我们接下来也可以看到。
说了这么多，我们先来介绍一下怡璇的战斗机制。行事秉承着顺其自然的法则的怡璇门主，他在战场上的表现当然也是游刃有余。 在战斗中，怡璇可以通过多种攻击方式消耗闪能，给予敌人。
You know, and corrupted. Okay. So yeah, I think that this ink thing is supposed to be tangentially related to Aether type, because corrupted. Just obviously, much like with Frost type compared to Ice. That would be my guess. And see, this one says 3,000, so I must mean 4,000 must be in that special zone. What else was I going to say? Yeah. Yizhuan's going to have to do something super special for me to want her. Because I thought she was cool when she was doing martial arts, but then she does magic. And I was just like, okay, that's all right. If that's your ult, but it seems like she kind of relies on the magic more than anything else. I would have preferred... Do we have anybody who's like pure martial art where it's just fists and feet? I'm trying to think. Let me see real quick. If I look at that real quick, just for the sake of having this screen up. Does anybody do only fists and feet? Like no weapons. Evelyn's close, but she still uses daggers and garrote wire. Same thing with Jane Doe. Lighter's super close just because of the fact he's got that giant fist of his. Oh, Lycan. Lycan technically does. Who else? Anybody else only use fist and feet? Nope. So literally it's only Lycan and then kind of Jane and Evelyn, considering that they have their hands closest to the action. I would really like a purely martial arts character. The thing with Lycan is that he only uses his legs for the most part. I would like a character that uses their legs and hands, kind of like a Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan type martial artist, you know? That would be so much more fun in my opinion.
当术法值积满时，可释放终结技，并获得1点玄墨值。通过消耗玄墨值，怡璇可以释放特殊的术法，对敌人造成玄墨属性伤害。
作为云盔山的门主，怡璇对于术法的运用早已融会贯通。在战场上，对于敌人，怡璇也会进行毫不留情的打击，对其造成玄墨伤害。
I don't know, Yizhuan's just not feeling very awesome to me. Though the dodging and attacking is pretty cool, I'll be honest there.
长按普攻键，怡璇会凝神聚气，引导玄墨汇聚在前方，注定敌人此时也会被聚集在此处。此时松开按键，便能重创对方。在合适的时机发动该招式，可触发极限闪避，进入极限视域。
攻守一体，进退从容，不愧是怡璇门主。 不过闪能是怎么积攒的呢？会不会影响战斗的节奏呢？
这个你不用担心，进入战斗，移旋便可回复全部闪能。另外，触发完美闪避时，亦可额外回复数点闪能。面对敌人猛烈的攻势时，如闪能足够，师傅可以通过长按强化特殊技进行蓄力。旋墨从湖中汇聚至身后，随着移旋起身对敌人上挑造成伤害。蓄力期间若受到敌人攻击，可在敌人攻击时自动格挡。而若是招式发动瞬间受到敌人攻击，则在免疫此次伤害的同时，还会移旋回复闪能。点按特殊技攻击敌人，如闪能还是足够，再次点按特殊技可消耗闪能。当消耗闪能获取的术法值积满时，此时可释放终结技。移旋会以手中的符箓释放自创的特殊术法。轻秒附身移旋对敌方造成旋墨伤害。
I don't know, Chad. Yizhuan's not feeling like a character I really care about. Like, even looking at her moves, which are very stout. Okay, that's cool. That's kind of cool. But do I really want to try and pull for her based off of that, you know?
招式结束时，移旋还将张开翅膀，发出炫目光芒的同时，对敌人造成旋墨伤害。
接下来我们就在实战中看一看移旋师傅的表现吧。
实战中，我们先
I don't know. She's still a little weak. Like, some things are really cool, like this, that, and the other, but it's just like, out of everyone, I don't know.
技能发动普通攻击，旋墨急震，回复闪能的同时痛击敌人。宣响值满时，我们再释放此终结技，这时候移旋会散出旋墨，青尾鸟默契从天而降，配合师傅灵动的身法给予敌人致命打击。同时
Oh, she's gonna be one with 2 ultimates. Okay, that's what the selling point is.
入山门者解其烦忧。见识过移旋师傅战斗的样子，就知道这不是一句场面话。
你说的很对，两个不同模式的终结技也是我们第一次比较大胆的尝试。不过大家要注意，当术法值和宣响值满时，优先释放的是术法值对应的终结技。另外，在此次的0号空洞中，我们也会给大家提供颇具趣味的战斗体验。省家们届时可以通过在空洞内获取移旋的战术棱镜方案出发。我们先来一起欣赏一下吧。
不过，既然是具有全新。
The reason I'm saying meh is because she's such a flat character.
我们也考虑到了这个情况。
So far, don't get me wrong, she could become more dynamic, but we're super flat.
药加因、克雷达、露西和波可纳，我们增补了他们额外的
Wait,
体验。
what is she
我们
doing?
也考虑到了这个情况。为了让各位省将在2.0有更好的体验，对于代理人药加因。
Trigger abilities for the additional abilities. When another character in your squad has attack anomaly or ruptured. Okay, so. Or is a rupture.
露西和波可纳。
And Lucy. At least 3 of them are going to be or rupture. Wait. Oh, Astral Alkalita, Lucy, and Pulchra. Okay. I was about to say, wait a second.
现在队伍中存在命破职业角色时，也可以触发他们的额外能力了。
真不错。我们也赶紧来看看云盔山阵营的其他代理人吧。
俗话说，民以食为天，水边观内便有这样一位
Honey who looks
操心了弟子
fun.
们的饮食。
虽然会讲出前路凶险，切忌冒进，不如饱餐一顿这种话，但面对危险，潘颖湖可也绝不为含糊。
没错，下了厨房进了
Let's take a look at him.
他的真实写照。
释放特殊技
Because he looks like he heals based upon what we saw earlier.
发动爆音点穴指，攻击敌人。
当能量足够时，发动强化特殊技，潘颖湖会发动贴山震脉靠，造成伤害。
I don't think Panda has a walk on his head, let's be fair.
破镜点数。 拥有破镜时，可以发动断脉破血手，围绕怪物点穴攻击。
Okay, here's my other. I wanted someone who was more physical fighting, and looks like Pan Yu might be it.
直至破镜层数耗尽，
快速支援入场的代理人会获得潘颖湖攻击力100%的贯穿力提升。
当队伍中存在命破或同阵营角色时，断脉破血手命中敌人，还能对其施加负面效果。 使一定时间内所有单位对其造成的伤害提升，点穴段数越多，敌人负面效果的持续时间越长。
So he was physical what now? Now I think about it, I was not paying attention. Physical defense, okay. Which they still not really found a good way to sell that to us. Which is why you don't see any S-rank defenses.
对敌方精准点穴，给我方营造优势。
说得很对。
当然，作为会功夫的熊猫，潘影狐出手当然是威力不俗。触发连携技时，影狐会摘下敌方的帽子，坐上铁锅，快速旋转冲撞敌人。
释放终结技，潘影狐则施展术法，将气劲引作炒饭先出，对敌人造成物理伤害。
Okay, so he heals too. So basically, you've rendered, I don't want to say rendered Astra useless, but definitely not as strong, because that was most of her strength was right there. Okay, Jufufu.
提起菊夫妇，我相信屏幕前的各位肯定也迫不及待了。我们赶紧来看看个头小小，可是本领大大的大师姐小老虎菊夫妇在战斗中的表现吧。
哎，小易啊，你要记住，是虎，可不能叫它猫哦。
在战斗中，夫妇将会和他的法器爆米花锅虎威亲密配合，共同击退敌人。
Also, I was also blanking staring at Jufufu. So a stun fire. Oh god, another stun fire? I say oh god, another because I'm trying to pull for lighter. I have Kaleda. Let me take a look at the roster real quick. What could this be in place? Actually, considering that, like I said, the ink thing is basically ether, why can't she be a stun ether? We have none of that yet. We have 2 support ethers, a rupture ether, let's just call it for right now, an anomaly ether, and an attack ether. We don't have a stun ether. No? And then in the world of electricity, I'm sure we have at least 2 or 3. Yep, that's 2 or 3 of them right there. Skipping fire. We only have 1 stun ice. And what about over in physical? Only 1 stun physical and it's a freaking A rank. How do they go about their decisions to create characters? Do they create the character first and then decide based on the character design what to give them for their, you know, their stuff? Or do they say we need this kind of character first and then design the character based on that? Because it should be part B if you want this thing to last very long. I'm more bothered by the fact that that's the whole reason why I skipped lighter, and now I'm trying to pull for him because most of my my follow-up teams after the fact have not required, I shouldn't say that, but would benefit greatly from lighter. You know, and I already have Kaleda as a fire stun. But we also know power creep's going to be a thing. It's just how bad is the power creep going to get? And it's not helping when you keep picking the same freaking, like, okay, it's one thing to create a whole new thing, like for Yixuan, fine, you know, it's ether technically, but it's got a whole new type with the pressure or whatever the hell it was. I can't remember now. But we have 3 electric stunners, 2 fire stunners, 1 ice stunner, no ether stunners, and 1 physical stunner. Look at what you've got and expand there first before you start double dipping. Jesus. Like, actually, even let's go back to fire again. Let's even go the other direction, right? I said, why don't you put it as her as ice, ether, or physical, considering that 2 of them only have 1 stunner and 1 of them has none. Oh, but it doesn't fit with the story. Fine, okay. So let's go the other direction. You want to keep her as fire because she's a fiery personality. Whatever. Fine. What else do we got? We only have 1 freaking anomaly. Like, let's assume that they only want the big boys to be the defense, because the only defense characters we have. Oh, right, Caesar. I forgot about Caesar. But yeah, Ben, Pan Yinhu, and Seth, then Caesar. Fine. So, but assuming that because Pan Yinhu is coming out, so we're not going to put Zhu Fufu as a defender. Fine, we're ignoring defense. But Anomaly and Support, there's only one of each. So why not one of those? And Support, there's not even an S rank of it. Oh, because she's more aggressive than to be supporty. I'm sorry, but Lucy carries a baseball bat and beats the shit out of her pigs to fire them for bonuses. You can figure something out. Like, if something's going to really turn me off of Zenless, at least pulling on a regular basis, let's be fair, I'll probably keep playing the main story because the main story so far is still fascinating to me. It's that. It's the fact that they keep, oh, we're going to just make up a whole new thing that's only going to be on this one character, so you have to pull for it. Like, don't make me feel like I have to pull. It's going to make me not want to pull, because then I'm just going to be like, whatever. But I will say Zhu Fufu's movements are fun, because she looks like she's actually doing martial arts to me, other than this ball spin bit.
在战斗中，福富将会和他的法器爆米花锅虎威亲密配合，共同击退敌人。他们的攻击会积攒威风与威势点数，造成物理与火属性伤害。
真是一对好搭档呢。虎威在开局时上场，他会自动攻击敌人，造成伤害哦。哪怕福富在后台，虎威在场上时也能自动攻击敌人，消耗威势点数，造成火属性伤害，并在命中上时。
Heck, hold on. When Zhu Fufu is not wielding Hu Hui automatically attacks enemies. And it seems like Hu Hui is that ball that's still on the field there while the panda is still here. Which means they could have made her support. They just didn't. Just nerf her damage. Nerf her damage and make her more supporty. That's all you need to do. Because literally the only two support people that I feel like I couldn't fight with are Astra, because she's basically only got the music staff, right? And a little bit of Nicole. But every other support feels like I could fight with them. I just don't do it because they're not as powerful. That's it.
也能自动攻击敌人，消耗威势点数，造成火属性伤害，并在命中敌人时获得一定威风。
当温度和压强来到一定的高度，福富精心烹饪的爆米花就可以开锅了。
也就是说，当拥有一定点数的威风后，虎威便能够向敌人喷射火焰与爆米花。
在拥有威势时，福富的招式结束便会进入旋转状态。此外，发动连携技虎斧镇煞也会让全队角色获得虎啸效果，暴击伤害、连携技以及终结技等招式造成的伤害会有所提升。
全队增益，真不愧是西山的大师姐呀！
普通攻击，福富发动4段斩击，第3段攻击期间连续点按攻击键，福富将会无限连击敌人，最后长按或停顿后再次点按攻击键即可释放最后一击。
果然不可小觑，不可小觑，连普通攻击都这么凶。
点按特殊技，福富向前方旋转斩击后进行下。
And what that, you want to know what that feels like? It feels like fire freaking Qingyi. But instead of Qingyi, who's planting herself in one place, Zhu Fufu is moving forward, which makes her a better Qingyi in that respect.
下落斩击造成火水伤害。
释放强化特殊技，福富师姐会大力抡起虎威向前打击，痛击敌人，并获得威风与威势点数。
接下来是中次攻击，闪避后长按攻击键，福富会坐上虎威，像陀螺一样高速旋转撞击敌人，造成物理伤害。福富接触敌人时还会消耗威势点数，造成火属性伤害，并获得一定的威风值。造成伤害后，若威风点数足够，则会消耗一定的威风，自动发动连携技虎斧镇煞。在技能发动期间，切换至其他角色时，福富会继续处于旋转状态，尝试撞击最近的敌人。
真是方便，脱手也能用。
面对敌人的攻击，发动极限支援时，点按普攻，虎威会追加1次下落攻击，并获得威势点数。
看来有了夫妇世界助阵，不论妖魔鬼怪还是魑魅魍魉。
I think out of the two, if I was to pull one of the two S ranks, it still would be Jufufu over the other one, just because she just feels more dynamic to me. I shouldn't say that. That's not fair.
此时我们抓住时机，对敌人发动猛烈攻势。
You know what? That's the final draw right there. I've already got Caesar and freaking Evelyn. If Jufufu plays well with them, then I'm gonna keep going that way.
我们切回夫妇，以旋转姿态迎敌。
声响值期满，发动终结技，夫妇抡起爆米花钩虎威，从天而降，
Yeah, I know.
敌人，并且获得
Yeah, you are.
士点数。
哎，小易啊
Thing is, I don't have that much money to be able to burn into this
在
thing.
工作中，我也要学习夫妇世界优雅的甩锅技巧。
哎，这不对吧？应该学习的是，捣蛋了给你撑腰，闯祸了替你求情的师姐作风。
在0号空洞的新玩法中，局夫妇也会有全新的独特机制可供大家体验。我们也赶紧一起来看看吧。
真不错，
各位代理人已和大家介绍完毕。
新阵营当然也少不了我们的小帮部。
没错，我们接下来就来看看云龟山的帮部师爷。
别看师爷的样子可爱，打起架来可不是什么好惹的角色。
面对敌人，师爷会舞起石球抛至空中，对敌人发动精准打击。
Luckily, at least my meh on this bamboo means nothing here, just because bamboos are free pulls.
以雷霆之势旋转攻击敌人。
哎，小易啊，这铁头功可真不是一般帮部能做到的。
既然代理人和帮部都已和大家见面，我们也该带来新版本的调频讯息了。
在2.0版本上半期，省将们可以通过独家频段、独步苍冥和一体频段、喧哗奏鸣，获得限定 S 级代理人遗选和 S 级殷勤亲民农舍。
报告，计划不变，我已准备好加入随便灌了。
遗选我也等好久了。
同时 ，A 级代理人潘颖湖
Okay, so Pan Yinghu is going to be in
也可以在遗选同
the first one
和殷勤频段内抽取获得。
在下半期调频，我们将迎来大师姐局夫妇。
Phase 2 Jufufu, okay.
夫妇声威和殷勤频段灿烂和声中，省将们可以抽取限定 S 级代理人局夫妇以及 S 级殷勤拂晓如如。
妖魔鬼怪速速伏法。
另外，往期的限定代理人和殷勤也会在新版本复刻。省将们可以在上半期的对应频段中获取 S 级代理人要加殷。
So Astra's coming back already. Jesus. They haven't even brought back everybody from earlier. They're already bringing back Astra again. And there's Caesar in the second half. Okay.
和外环的新任霸主，感兴趣的神将们可千万不要错过哦。
此外，2.0版本还有全新可获取的头像，这里为大家展示下。
与对应代理人建立合作，即可获得对应头像。
随着新代理人上线，还有他们的信赖事件满足条件，便可以解锁密友同行。
If I'm being honest, I'll probably skip Yizhen, but pull on Jufufu. Luckily, I have the second banner, so I'm not too worried about it.
更多时候也需要独处。
满足相应条件，还能解锁代理人的动态壁纸，大家一起来欣赏一下吧。
The only negative is obviously Pan Yizhen. I'd like to get 那Yizhen, but Pan Yinghu.
据遗选门主所说，偶尔换换风格倒也不错。既然是门主，术法之外也要尝试体验一下新爱丽都的流行款式。
没错，遗选的时装。
Oh, we're finally getting new outfits again.
版本将与大家见面。
行踪如影，疏而
Oh my god. Still with the overly sexy stuff. See, I would actually not mind those outfits personally if she was a martial artist, because then I could argue, hey, she's got the legs are out specifically because she needs to move around very clearly. She's a magician. She doesn't need that shit. I don't understand the design philosophy around some of this stuff anymore. And don't get me wrong. You want to go pull for that, etc., so on and so forth, you know, or buy that, because that one is going to be obviously, you know, cash shop stuff. Fine. I'm not telling you don't. You go have fun. I'm not shitting on anything. You have whatever. I'm just so curious as to why they keep shifting their design philosophies for certain things here.
好，那下面我们就进一段广告。
Okay.
公騙局點會少？都有成招。工作難揾丁嚟少。 都有成招，順位搶手都係少。
OK。
只做嘛，就是得放松放松。正好今天丁娜大师单子比较多，所以我就抽空帮他去送了几个外送。那么话不多说，赶紧介绍一下自己吧。
大家好，我是策划查查。这次2.0版本，我们也为大家准备了丰富的活动。
啊，对的，在2.0版本。
Events, which I don't really particularly care about. Okay, Gravity Cinema might be interesting. Oh, hey. Okay, that's interesting. But like the events, I'd rather just wait for the event to come in before I really care about. Oh, we're making mechs? Oh, that's fun. As far as details, I'd rather wait for whatever's coming out.
挑战活动期间还会开放特展关卡，
More
在该关
stuff
卡中，
in.
神将们只能使用限定的代
Oh no, that's in the new place.
可能还有点危险，
但不会切换操作角色。
那这不是就跟追加攻击一样吗？
哎，没错，此次追击支援将视为追加攻击，携带先武背后。
Okay.
对原有的战斗体验提供给我们了。
More stuff, more
还会
stuff.
迎来特遣代理人和专业挑战室也会迎来。
Anything super interesting?
诚木赠礼中也将新增命祸。
Of course, now we're gonna have a rupture style weapon because now we're gonna. So long, I'm okay with the new rupture type agents, so long as we keep getting more rupture type agents. You know, I have an issue where it's just like, oh yeah, this one agent is the only one of its kind. Eye roll. Like, it's one of the issues I had with Miyabi, but luckily, at least, she is so adjacent to ice that it doesn't matter. But Rupture is a completely different type, so that becomes a little bit more complicated. We'll have to see. I'm expecting more Rupture agents real soon. Like, obviously, this Phase 1, Phase 2 of 2.0, whatever, you know, they only want the one Rupture agent, and that's fine. Even I'll sit here and actually accept that as even as a design philosophy. But moving forward, I'm expecting each patch, 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, to have at least one Rupture agent so we can catch up on Rupture. They can be A rank, that's fine. Just they have to exist.
及殷勤电波漫步作为可选择的奖励之一，在到达对应条件后可以获取。
另外，我也来预告一下新的一期鏖战试验。 Barry 和
Okay, we got more events. I really don't care about the events. Okay, new outfits for them. Yeah, I figured.
为了降低负担，这次2.0主线也支持超前点映的功能。新的朋友也可以快速的体验。
I don't know about you guys. I like Belle's outfit more than I like Wise's outfit personally.
自由挑选的常驻 S 级代理人。
Oh, we're gonna get another one.
尝试去降。
Hey! Chaos! We're gonna be able to get, well, unless we want, what's it called? M1, M2, M3 on somebody else that we have. But that means we're gonna be able to get them for free. You can finally get Nakamata, I can get Soldier 11, and we can be done with this thing. Oh, thank goodness gracious. Right? Let's see. Let me just read what it says specifically.
送出一位可以自由挑选的常驻 S 级代理人。
Yep, for free.
进一步尝试去降低大家的入坑门槛，让新老朋友都可以更自由畅快的体验绝区领。既然都送了 S 级角色，与之相对的常驻 S 级自选殷勤，我们也一并送出。这样代理人和殷勤一。
That's cool. The fact that not only the S rank agent, but the S rank engine. Okay. All right. I see you. Now, the only question I have is which one would I pull of the engines? I think I have already Rena's, Lycan's, and Kaleda's. So it would have to be either Soldier 11's, Nekomata's, or Grace's. Probably, if I had to choose, either Soldier 11 or Nekomata's. I'd have to think about it. Either way.
事情全送了，大家少些折腾。总之，在 2.0 版本中，神将们登录即可领取常驻 S 级代理人自选以及常驻 S 级殷勤自选。到这里，其实我有些话想跟大家分享。1.0 版本上线以来，绝区零经历过风波，也取得过一些成绩，多亏大家一路以来的支持，真的很感谢陪伴着我们的所有神将。周年之际，为了纪念这个节点，也为了回应大家的期待，我们打算针对限定代理人爱莲进行一次补强。这是加强。
What's going on? Just if you have Ellen, something. Okay, so. Adapting Ellen's moveset, I guess.
进一步的给玩家组队的自由。角色的体验升级是我们项目组 2.0 版本第一次尝试。我们后续会观察玩家的反馈以及相关的数据情况，长期把这件事情做下去。
That's actually cool. And I would complain that you're doing it to Ellen, and I don't have Ellen, so screw you guys. However, fair plays are due. Ellen was the first S-rank banner character, so them testing this out with Ellen makes absolute sense. Hell, they probably looked at the fact that Ellen was the first rerun, took a look at how many people actually rolled for Ellen to get M1, M2, M3, etc., or rolled for her, period, saw that it was really low and must be, and looked at it, and instead of being like, oh, she must just not be popular anymore, let's not put her on the banner, yada, 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 they looked at that and said, oh, we have to fix Ellen because clearly nobody's using her. Nobody wants her M1, M2, M3, so on. And probably people aren't, and they could obviously check to see if people are actually using her or not. So they're adjusting her to be a little bit more useful. And that's actually fascinating. That actually does great things for the longevity of the game. Does many things for the longevity of the game. Because you're going back to old characters. Granted, I assume they're only going to be looking at the limited banner characters, but that's fair. That's at least a little bit. And they're making adjustments. And don't get me wrong, they're also looking at the general banner characters and making adjustments, though those are specifically with the... if you have these kind of people in your party, then you get this secondary effect type thing. But that's something.
爱莲作为开服的角色，对很多玩家以及制作组来说都有很大的纪念意义。希望老玩家能在这一次强化中获得好的体验，也希望新玩家能看到我们对角色的持续投入和诚意。同时，为了迎接
Personally, I probably would have. Obviously, this might be hindsight for them. I probably would have put her on the banner of Phase 1 or Phase 2 while this change is happening. Because you want people to come and try and get her that never had her before. That's when you do it. You make a change that people are like, oh, maybe I like her better. Oh, damn, I do. Now I want to pull her. There you go. If you do it later, people might forget that there was a change. So, but it might have been a hindsight is 2020 thing where they were now being pushed to put two banners up at the same time. One banner of the new character, one banner of the old, and they picked Ellen first. And now they're doing this, and they're like, shit, we should have saved Ellen for this.
我们即将到来的 2.0 版本，云霞同归处，我们特地为大家准备了签到活动，于今天上午10点开启，在惊喜派送中活动签到，累计可获得480飞礼。另外，在 2.0 版本，商城的底片选购，所有的充值单位都将迎来首充双倍重置。我们也为神将们准备了一份周年庆的福利总览。我们希望绝区营在持续迭代和进。
Okay, so you're going to be able to get 20 draws already, just standard, plus 1,600 polycombs, which is another 10 draws. Right? Am I mathing correctly? I think I am. And then, so that's a total of 30 draws, plus the fact that the monochromes are getting resets on the first purchase double bonus, which is nice. 10 Bupons, that's another 10 pulls for the Bangbu. This isn't bad for the anniversary event stuff. Okay, what else is cool? They said that in a mini-map. I'm not sure about the mini-map. To be fair, if the new area is that large that we need a mini-map, that might be a good addition, and they just decide to retroactively put it to the other areas that are smaller. But I think that they were so small they didn't really need a mini-map per se. But fair place, maybe the new area is just so huge that it needs a mini-map, and then it feels awkward to have the mini-map in the new area and not in the old. So they're kind of just backwards compatibility that. I do like this though. This is kind of cool, having just a map to look at, just because it's kind of awesome looking.
对于新爱丽都不同地块上发生的故事，我们之前并未给到大家一个非常具象化的认知，所以此次借着 2.0 版本的地图更新之际，我们也为大家带来了绝区零的世界地图。
Oh!
在这
Oh, that's cool. That's amazing. You'll have to tell me what curse they had generally there, by the way. This is actually really cool. We're getting a world map. I can't speak for obviously Third Impact or Genshin, but a world map obviously would not be necessary in Star Rail, considering that each world is separate, and you would need like a galaxy map, and by that point you kind of need more planets that are at least being mentioned to start, filling out the slots. Otherwise, it's going to look super empty. But this world in Zenless needs a world map because it's hard to tell where everything is. It's hard to say when something goes flying one way or the other. It's like, is that close to here, that, whatever? It's a little weird. Let's see. They never had any good first anniversary rewards for any of their games. Really? Every time they had a first year anniversary, it was always met negatively. Huh. What was, only because it's the only one that I have frame of reference for, what was the first anniversary stuff for Star Rail? I'm going to hope that all this, obviously, text gets translated into whatever language is necessary. Can't even remember it was that bad, huh? You know what? Let's give Hoyo their fair shake. MiHoYo needs a fair shake. Honkai Star Rail first anniversary. That was last year, about a month ago. Okay, here's a Reddit post. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10. You got 20 pulls. So that's the same. 1600 Stellar Jade, which I assume is also the same. A Cosmodicy, which looks like it's a random pull for just some stuff. I see Stellar Jade in there, plus some other things. Realm of the Strange, 300%. So 300% rewards from the Realm of the Strange. Planetary Fissures, been triple drops. Okay, here we go. I will say, as far as pulls are concerned, it looks about equivalent. Let's be fair. Like I said, fair shakes across the board, right? I'm going to try and get this on the screen. Give me a sec so you guys can see. I need this to be larger. There we go. There we go. So fair shakes, the pools are exactly the same because we have 30 pools. But the secondary stuff that's there, I agree, not as good. Oh, and the first time top-up bonus refreshed. That's also fair. That's the same on both sides. But yeah, Cosmodicy, which seems to be like random draw of whatever the hell you might have gotten. Then Planar Fissures and Realm of the Strange, where you would get, gear at 300% drop. Ooh, I'm already spending a lot of fucking time in the game trying to get these drops. That does help, but it's not what I want. So fair plays on the fact that, this one would be better in that regard. In fact, let's go back to it just as a snippy snaps. Where is it? There it is. Yeah. So basically you get standard banner, free standard banner, S rank and W engine, plus the 30. Let's not count this because there's no such thing as this kind of pull in Star Rail, like a Bang Boo pull. That's not fair. The new outfit, I guess that would be in Star Rail too. So let's be absolutely fair. The only good thing out of this one, which makes it at least feel better, is the free standard banner S rank and W engine. Other than that, it's basically exactly the same. Because I would assume that while you don't get a new outfit for the Trailblazer, you would have gotten the new version of the Trailblazer by the end of the season at the very least. So it's still big. Don't get me wrong. Getting free standard agent or W and W engine, that's still huge. That's a huge difference. And look at what it costs MiHoYo to do that. Nothing. Because you're not giving us the limited versions, which most people would obviously prefer, but you're giving us the standard ones, which we get when we lose every 50-50. For those people that might lose a million 50-50s because they're pumping all the cash into it, the big whales, this might be useless and just as shitty as what we get over there. In fact, probably shittier because we're not getting any kind of farming pulls. But that's for the whales. For those of us who just pull until we get the character at best, and at worst, pull with whatever we got whenever we got it. This is amazing. This is perfect. And honestly, we all know that while the whales probably pay the bills, they're not the majority of the player base, so you want to keep them happy.
在这张地图上，神将们可以看到各个我们非常熟悉的地点在新爱丽都的位置。
当然，目前我们展示的也只是绝区零世界观的一角。后续随着新地块的加入，我们也会不断拓展目前大家能看到的这块地图。
另外，我们依然保留了老的导航系统，给大家提。
What do you mean exactly as I said it? What I was just talking about, or specifically the world building thing? Like, is it something that the video had said?
在这张地图上，神将们可以看到各个我们非常熟悉的地点在新爱丽都的位置。
当然，目前我们展示的也只是绝区零世界观的一角。后续随着新地块的加入，我们也会
And that's fair, yeah.
大家能看到的这块地图。
另外，我们依然保留了老的导航
Old navigation
给大
system?
家提供更多的选择。
Oh, but that looks so much better. Let's be real, though. This is 10 times better of a navigation system, visually speaking. You can really... I don't know how many times I have overshot HIA and Scott Outpost trying to get that way. This is going to be so much easier to kind of visually be like, okay, I'm going this direction.
神将们可以通过快捷导航 icon 或者在主城界面呼出该系统。我们也注意到了原导航系统。
See, here's the one thing, and granted, I didn't stay in Star Rail long enough really to really make note of anything as far as like MiHoYo trends, let's call it. But the one thing that I know that I liked in Final Fantasy XIV when they did this shit, and I'm loving in Zenless when they do this shit, is they fix up things that are old. They don't leave that thing to rot, because that just feels bad for new players and bad for old players who might want to revisit old things, here, give or take. Now, don't get me wrong. In the case of Zenless and some MiHoYo properties with voice actors disappearing because they decided to get new voice actors and this, that, and the other, yeah, that's a whole different kettle of fish, but, you know, whatever. We'll move on from there.
要选到想要传送的街区，一个一个翻，会花更多时间。所以此次我们也改良了该系统，以按不同城区分类，网格状3×3的呈现方式，在一个页面内为大家提供更多的地区可供选择，减少以往消耗在滑动上不必要的时间。
另外，在2.0版本，因为战斗探索区域的升级，从原来的线性关卡变成了连通的更大的可探索。
If there's only one critique I have is the complete black background of this screen. I feel like there needs to be more color pop, but that's just like the designer in me saying there needs something else to kind of make it really pop really, really well. But other than that, everything else here is actually pretty good. I like the way it looks otherwise.
这也就导致我们在键位上早期的一些设计也会有冲突，不得不进行修改。
举个例子 ，PC 端 E 这个按键之前在主城承担是打开神网功能，在战斗里则是用来释放特殊技。在2.0版本的航天城里，我们希望玩家可以使用特殊技的同时，也能打开神网功能，那就需要给到他们不同的按键。
Oh, they're having to remap stuff, huh?
神网，亦或者完全相反，都是不太愉快的体验。
对，在手柄上也有类似的情况，比如左键键之前在主城内是呼出轮盘，在战斗中则是反切。
也正因为这个原因，在2.0版本的3端，我们对部分原先功能的默认键位均进行了一定程度的修改，也在不对游玩体验造成影响的情况下扩大了轮盘，希望大家在2.0以及之后版本的战斗以及探索过程中，能更精准地打开想要的界面。
Interesting. We'll see how that
这
works.
是学区0进化到未来形态不可或缺的，属于底层支持的重要的一步。
Let's see how that pans out, because that's gonna mess with my muscle memory something fierce for the first couple days.
我们也是在多次谨慎调研和不断调优之后，才敲定目前的方案。
对于不习惯调整后按键的玩家，也可以在设置界面对按键进行自定义，以自己最熟悉的键位游玩2.0版本。
Oh, thank God for that.
大家有建议或想法。
So it looks like I was about to say, wouldn't it be easier just to let us remap stuff? But I guess they want to force a mapping because obviously some things will break. And then if you want to map it back, you can map it back. But then it's better to put something out there that's not broken, or at least quotation marks not broken, right? And then let the players break it themselves and be like, yeah, no, that was your fault. You made the change and that's on you now.
在收到反馈后都会认真研读，不断优化，给大家带来更好的体验。另外，有关按键的调整。
I always want to play Zenless now that I'm watching this, but I know I don't have much to really play that would be interesting for y'all to watch, so we'll go into castlevania.
在2.0版本，神网系统的原有日程会调整成按关键、代理人等任务
Oh, that's good.
方便大家更快地找到对应的任务。
Because I know that my stuff's getting a little long in the tooth for sure.
颜色予以区分，代表待接取以
感觉哪里有些变化。
地图上
What else is going
追
on?
踪任务相关的图表，可以大大提高。
Wait, what's this
地图
about?
上我们还提供了任务聚焦的
Mission focus
开启
button.
该按钮，追踪任务时，地图上只出现追踪任务相关的图表。
Oh my God, thank you so much. That is a godsend right there. Gets rid of all the minimap stuff that is not relevant to the mission you're tracking. That is so good.
我们此次也提供了主线的超前点映功能，方便神将们能更快地体验到第2集的内容。
具体来说，神将们在完成主线第1季第2章在空洞的中心呼唤下后， 便可以通过主线任务的活动页提前。
So basically, you can skip into season 2, huh?
先解锁第二季主线，体验第二季的新剧情、新功能等内容。
而当第二季主线推进到一定程度后，想要回来继续。
And it's from season 1, chapter 2. It feels too early to be hopping over towards this other place, because that would have been right after. Just let me know which channel.
继续补剧情的神将，还可以重新切回第一季主线，继续推进剧情。
这个功能真的可以说是很方便了。
我们致力于给神将们减轻平常游玩啦。
我们策划项有需要的神将可以在设置内自行设置，使用之前切换方式的选项，会自动切换到键鼠的按键。
Up. I'm seeing a new disc. I'm seeing another disc. Oh god. What are they switching?
的体验到新的功能，并提升自己的代理人、帮部、殷勤的等级上限。
我们此前在策划面对面里和大家预告的 PC 端手柄无缝连接，也在2.0版本端上来啦。
Hot swap.
我们策划和程序老师解决了一些疑难杂症。大家在2.0版本后，在 PC 端接上手柄后，便会自动切换到手柄的按键；而当使用键鼠时，又会自动切换到键鼠的按键，覆盖游戏的绝大多数键。
Oh my god! Do you know how long I've been waiting for this? And it pissed me off that that was in Star Rail, but it wasn't in Zenless, that we can switch back and forth between keyboard and mouse and freaking controller.
界面。当然了，考虑到可能有的误触的情况，我们保留了使用之前切换方式的选项。有需要的神将可以在设置内自行设置。
好耶
！Oh, thank goodness gracious for that.
我们也给大家提供了一些有趣的小选项。
在实战模拟室内，现在可以通过选择随机敌人模式，让 VR 系统自动匹配合适的战斗队。
Thank you for that, actually, for just making things interesting.
另外，当打开该模式时，代理人进入战斗时的初始能量将提升至60。
60初始能量，那大部分代理人都可以开场直接释放强化特殊技能，割草更爽。不过，如果我已经熟悉了原来
Since you're farming anyway, it makes no difference.
那不打开就好了嘛，多一个选择总是没错的。
另外，在2.0版本沉浸模式将会自动开启，此时在
Thank goodness. Do you know how many times that when I go in, for some reason, all the settings freaking reset, and I don't know why, but it does happen, and I am trying to grind, and all of a sudden I cannot, rerun because freaking that mode's not on.
不会再看到过夜弹窗，大家可以沉浸刷本啦。
说实话，你不说我都没意识到我已经开启很久了。现在自动开启了，甚至还帮玩家多做了一步，再也不用点这个按钮了。
此外，我们也优化了专业挑战室和恶名狩猎在快捷手册和关卡选择界面上的排序，让两者能对应上，并且当专业挑战室的对应关卡开启燃解模式时，此时在快捷手册和关卡选择界面均会。
Thank goodness for that.
燃解模式置顶确实是一个很有用的功能。之前有的时候我没往下翻，就不知道想获取的材料此时有燃解模式。
此外，为了减缓我们的增长曲线，我们程序老师也在探索采用新的技术。在多个版本的测试调整后，2.0版本在几乎不影响神将们的游玩体验和图像质量的情况下，我们采用了新的文件压缩技术。较之旧技术，娃娃拥有更多的压缩比例，同时我们也在 PC 端增加了资源管理系统，让神将更自由灵。
Oh, that's good that you can basically delete and re-download stuff. That's good, actually. For those with not as much space, that's actually a nice little feature. I don't think I'm going to need it, but I'm going to praise them for what good they're bringing to general public. And also, because I played this on my phone, I could just say, rip it all out except for the current stuff.
也就是说，同样的内容预计会占用更小的空间，以及可以管理部分资源。
没错，新的技术在2.0版本投入使用后，叠加上资源管理系统，最多能节省的空间。PC 端相比为此使用该技术时，可以省下不少占有空间。移动端也同样会有较大收益。从长期来看，随着节续，
长期来看，这项技术带来的体验到
说到该项技
What
术
else is
扫
going
描
on?
屏幕上的二维码即可参与。
Oh, there's a yeah. I've already done the pre-reg. I'm good there.
不仅抽奖次数，
回归丽都，回归你来参与吧。
What's this? I would say that's kind of racist, but clearly they're Chinese, so they can't be. They're just having fun with this.
目靜則不染，心靜則不造。佛塵眼鏡。
在绝区零上线1周年。
I kind of do like the fact that they're creating at least little freaking what's it called? In-universe commercials. They're fun.
在2.0版本，我们特别
全球范比和欢庆。
Okay. Whoa, what's going on?
重要时刻，而我们的安比和伯尼斯小姐也将化身美食体验官，带着
Gourmet with Ambi and Bernice. I'm not sure that there's a more different combination of whoa. Magical girls? I'm what? They got Bernice to dress more modestly. How? There. I was absolutely curious. It's like, okay, you have the one that's basically up on Magical Food Girls, yes. But the one that's basically on something akin to alcohol or energy drinks, it's kind of hard to tell sometimes what nitro fuel is. And one that's on burgers, how do you get them to kind of like agree on anything? And then the answer is burgers are fine for Bernice. She just needs to use her flamethrower. She'll be happy. Yeah, I assume that this is going to be very similar to Cheesetopia, because that was one of their best collabs in my opinion. Well, not collabs, but stuff to do.
更多关于美食大作感兴趣的一位新的小帮部滋脆部，听说这位主厨。
All right, talking about more events, which I don't particularly care about until I get there. Wait, what's this? Annual fan works contest. Okay, whatever. Not whatever, but you know what I mean. That's actually kind of fun. If you win that event, you could actually get the statue from the game. That's pretty cool. But I'm not a big random play first anniversary fan song event. Fan songs? How many of those have been around? I don't know. Oh, this is coming out for Xbox finally, right? That's the whole point. They're going to Anime Expo, huh? Fun times. Anything else cool? Interesting sounding. Hmm.
真好听，期待完整能听到全曲的那天。
接下来我们也听听看菊夫妇的音乐吧。
好诶。
Jufufus?
在1周年建设。
A little interesting that they're using brass instruments to do like very Chinese sounding music. Anything else?
为各位等待发布的故事，接临遥远来到见不散。
應該
唉，佢哋講完未呀？
應該唔關我哋事啩。
好嘢！我哋終於要去為飛地啦！
Since we had started there, I was kind of curious. Okay. All right, we're all done with that for now, shall we? So yeah, we will revisit that at another time. Clearly. I am gonna go get something to drink because I need it. And I need to also Alright. Anyway. I will be right back in a moment. Let's just play an ad early and we'll get back in a minute. Alrighty, how's this look? Busted. Of course it does. Why wouldn't it be? There we go. Wonderful. Alright, welcome back everybody. And let's get back into Castlevania. Hello? I said back into Castlevania, what the heck? Uh-oh. Hold up. Did something just busty bust? Might have to start from scratch. That's gonna suck if I did, but hold on. I have a feeling I'm gonna have to save state, not, you know, save generically. Give me a second here. If we have to start over, it's fine. It'll let me be better this time. Yeah, I think this method that I did does not provide kind of a method to save relatively okay. Okay, let's try this. All right, well, I guess we'll start from scratch. It's not a big deal. I just have to remember I need to... just making sure I'm not crazy. Oh well, I will do things better next time. To be fair, I hadn't played it using this particular method, and it makes sense. Oh good, this still works. I remember my controller commands.
Die, monster! You don't belong in this world.
That we get to listen to this wonderful campy ass freaking voice acting.
I was called here by humans who wish to pay me tribute.
Tribute? You steal men's souls!
And make them your slaves.
Perhaps the same could be said of all religions.
Your words are as empty as your soul. Mankind ill needs a savior such as you.
What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets. But enough talk. Have at you. God, I love this. This thing is so cheesy in the best way possible. Uh-oh. Let's see if I can do this without needing Maria's help. Ow. I'm doing better. Nope. I got closer though. I got closer to doing this. Also, Chaos, you never let me know where you posted the thing on the other thing.
No, it cannot be!
Oh, that's gonna bust a little bit. Or did you not post it? It was Richter Belmont, the legendary vampire hunter, who succeeded in finally ending the menace of Count Dracula, Lord of the Vampires, who had been brought back from the grave by the Dark Priest's shaft. However, one night 4 years later, under the glare of a full moon, Richter mysteriously vanished. With no idea of where to begin her search, Maria Renard set out to look for him. It was then that fate intervened. Castlevania, the castle of Dracula, which is rumored to appear once every century, suddenly materialized out of the mist as if to show her the way. Meanwhile, powerful forces were struggling for the soul of a man named Alucard, the very same Alucard who had teamed up with Trevor Belmont to battle his immortal father, Count Vlad Tepes Dracula. Alucard, in order to purge the world of his own cursed bloodline and submerge his vampiric powers and enter into what is supposed to be an eternal slumber. But now he is awake and aware of the evil once again at work in his homeland. The time has once again come for the forces of good and evil to engage in their ancient battle. Dracula's castle beckons for you, and no man can say who shall emerge victorious. Okay, sounds good. So I need everybody to remind me to do saves. Actually, what's the key for save states, speaking of which, before I do anything? Okay. Actually, before I get there, it could be... I'm gonna test something out first. Okay, what's the load? Okay. Okay, that works. Alright, starting from scratch. Let's see if we can get luckier too. But some of the luck stuff is from drops, you know? Hello, Death.
Alucard, what is your business here?
I've come to put an end to this.
Still befriending mortals. I'll not ask you to return to our side, but I demand you cease your attack.
I will not.
You shall regret those words. We will meet again. What?
I'm missing the double jump already, guys. I had double jump before we left, and now it's gone. I'm sad. I'm going in here just to fill out the map since we know that everything else about that is useless. Actually, I do have to go up there. I am a fool. Ah. Fell down. Had a hide shield and then a leather shield. That was really quick. Oh yeah, let's head up this way. Let's fast track some of this, shall we? I definitely should stop at a save point because I just remembered to heal me. There we go. I got the axe. Nice. Ow. One down. Stun locked. Hell of a first boss, huh? All right, moving right along. Another red rust. Technically, I don't need to save or anything, but we're going to do this anyway. I really should beat things up more often. Ow. Oopsie-daisy. Moving on. Need to get some more. Actually, what? No, I won't. Gosh dang it. I'm just not good at maneuvering here. I am not getting good at this. Uh-oh. No, not knife. Knife is the worst. We don't want that. I literally turned around for a second. I forgot about that. We'll get better at this. I'll try only to save at the save points. That way it makes it a little easier. Oh my god. There are sometimes where the slowness of Castlevania is driving me nuts, but I'm sure that there are ways to kind of either adapt or adjust or whatever. And I'm just not doing it. Because I'm bad at this. But I am having fun with it. Seriously? Again? Are you serious? I wasn't even... I hate it. I need to get better at this. I'm just so bad. What happened last time? I didn't have this much of a trouble in this area. Did I just try and dodge because I was so tight or whatever, or what? Or was my timing just that much better for some reason or another? That's what I was trying to avoid. That's one less hit that I took, at least I can tell that much. Alrighty. Again, I will not save until I get to an actual save point. That way it's as fair as possible. That's good. I ran out of hearts, so there's no way I could have tossed the holy water. Nope. And we know there's a save point here. All right. We've gotten somewhere. The somewhere might not be a good place, but it is somewhere. Need more hearts. Okay, we gotta adjust something here. Oh, well, I was hoping for some extra defense too. Chris. That could have helped. That might have been why I was having so much trouble, because I think those drops are guaranteed. Oh wait, I don't like this way. I just remembered. I didn't come back this way and lived until much later. I missed that. Can I not? Can I not? Can I really not? I would like to stop that, please. You wanna know what, guys? It was all calculated. I wanted the funny number as my HP. Well, when I went to go see, when we went to go raid her on Sunday, she got so befuddled by the enemy turning into a pot. That was kind of funny. That was before I left. But luckily, the mortal enemy was not mine yet. We're not in the tower. moving on. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure I'll have plenty of those moments when I get to play Dark Souls 2. Both Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls as well.
Wait a moment.
Hi, Maria.
You seem human, and yet, what do you here?
What do you hear?
I've come to destroy this castle.
I just realized that she said that really
We
weird.
have the same purpose. I'll trust you for now. I'm Maria. Who are you?
Alucard.
Not the talkative type, I can see. Well, perhaps we'll meet again. If you live that long. Farewell.
Hey, it opened again. I don't think I can make it there without the double jump. Nah. I'm sure that there's a way to do it. I think I've seen some speedrunners do it, but, you know. We ain't doing speedrun tactics tonight. We're not even going on for that much longer. Because I have like a doctor's appointment in the morning. Good lord. I think my biggest frustration so far has been the knockbacks. If I could just take damage and just twitch or get interrupted, that would be nice. But every time I get hit and I get knocked back, it's frustrating. I need the Jewel of Open for that. Yeah, knockbacks are the worst part of classic gaming. I mean, like, it is, in some parts, it's basically what adds the difficulty. The game would be too easy otherwise, but in some other cases, it's just like, no, this was not necessary. Holy water is more OP than I gave it credit for. It's just a little... You gotta be careful with where you put it down. Because if you miss, then, you know, that feels very bad, man. But if you get it... He's very nice. He's very, very nice. Oh, seriously? That's a problem. Or something like that, where the damage point of the monster is at the head, and I just noticed the eyeball in the background. That's just a little bit creepy. I got the axe, but I think I'll take the, if it was the cross, I might have kept it, but... Zircon. Dang it. Ow! What the flip? That guy just came like halfway across the screen. I mean, there are some times where, yeah, sure, whatever. Shit like that happens, but he came flying. All right. Moving right along. And we're maxed out at the Nintendo 64. Doppelganger. Hopefully, Holy Water will do very well against this guy, but we'll find out. I missed like all my shots. That's not fair. I don't have that move yet. I ran out of holy water. I'm gonna die on this one. Yep. Death and destruction. Let's see if we can, because honestly I was doing really well when I still had holy water to kind of put him at bay. But push come to shove, I think I'll go back and grab the axe. Or the stopwatch if I remember where that is. You fool! You fell for one of the classic blunders! Oh my god! Thank God! Whew! I know, that was such a pain in the ass. I was just like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Gladius, do you have a new sword? Hell yeah. The only negative is it's only like one better. But if it has better reach, which it might, then we're good. Like, knockback actually had a purpose, I think, in classic Castlevania. I think it was just kind of hold over here. But I'm not sure how long it was held over, so let's be fair to that. Let's see. So if I remember correctly, I have to go up here. I'm gonna wait here till that finishes. Of all the things cursed to be able to do is I don't like the fact it keeps me from swinging my sword. Like, prevents magic? Fine. I can deal with that. That damage was just calculated. Don't know anybody else tell you otherwise.
It's been a long time, old one.
Oh, it's you, Master Alucard. What do you need?
I need your help.
Young Master, I cannot aid one who opposes the Master.
You won't go unrewarded.
Really? In that case, just tell me what you need.
That still was hilarious.
I'm interested in...
Thank you.
I'm interested in this.
Let's see. There's one thing that I remember from this game is that the old man sitting on the chair, there's a tunnel. I could see it there. Leading down to it. A special weapon or item. I think you need some sort of super jump, if I remember from watching some of these speedrunners.
Thank you.
I definitely need that. I need to earn more money.
Thank you.
Oh, that's a throwing knife. Never mind. We're gonna buy that because that did a lot of damage, but it's literally...
I'm interested in this. I'm interested in this.
Farewell for now.
Alright. See if I remember where I need to go from here. Now that we have the map. Do I have to go climb the stairs? Is that what I need to do? I really would like if I didn't have to climb the stairs. Gotcha. We have a problem. On the plus side, let's see. I'll use the pot roast. That way I don't have to be like a heart attack mode. Oof. Oh, that one curses me too? Gosh dang it. Okay. Hold off. Wait for the curse to wear off. Actually, you know what? I don't want to head that way right this second, even though there is something over there. I think it ends up being a dead end anyway. I'm glad I'm leveling up at least. That's giving me some more power as I go along. That probably is the only reason I kind of get a little frustrated with some of the mechanics in Castlevania, because some of it is meant for the level up system. Where I'm used to in other Metroidvania games, Metroid in specific, survivability comes from level ups, give or take. But as far as damage, power from like damage and stuff like that, that comes from just items, upgrades. Oh, Medusa heads, I hate them so much. I believe somewhere up here is a save point. That's why I'm heading up. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Bible. I was right. I think the next save point I find, I'm gonna hold off and we'll just continue this on Wednesday. Oh, if I remember correctly, I can't do anything here yet. Yeah. Never mind. But we will go somewhere else. Why was that one yellow? Why all of a sudden there are yellow Medusa heads? There weren't any before. What's over here? teleporter. And we got placed all the way over here. I should go back and get the Spirit of Wolf, but there's something over here I want to grab, so we'll go for that. Bless me. Alright. Thank you. Preach. Oh, there's a save point here. This one won't count. Because this is way too close anyway. Alrighty. No! None of that. Definitely not a knife, jeez. Of all things. Alrighty. I know there's a save room there, so we're going to skip it. Oh, that goes to the tower. No! I want my Bible! So we're gonna go down. I'm gonna go down again. We've discovered that it says 2 sets of floors. Sunglasses. I wear my sunglasses at night so I can watch you live and breathe this story life. Bacillard. Is that a better weapon? Please tell me it's a much better weapon. No, it's worse! Y'all suck! Alright. Well, elevator treat is a good time for ads. If I could actually hit the freaking fire, that'd be nice. Let's see. Yeah, let's go all the way around. As long as we're before the left-hand tower, I think we might be in a good place. I timed that so flippin' poorly. I almost could not have timed that even worse than that. All I had to do was like wait one more second. But no, I had to jump to try and get myself behind it somehow. Okay, I'll take the holy water. Why is it feeling like it's doing less damage? Numbers wise, anyway. Come on. For a second, I thought I saw another one, and then I went forward and back, and it disappeared. Not sure if I reloaded it, or if that was just the one that I fought. Its ball and chain been pushed back. But either way, we'll take those. A well-placed holy water is really nice. Helps you out a bunchies. So what I want to do is basically go around the circle again, but we're gonna save. We can't save going up the stairs. That's right. So we'll save before we go to the actual tower part itself, and then that's where we'll end it for tonight. Because, like I said, I have a doctor's appointment in the morning. Even angels have to make sure that they're nice and healthy. Kind of important. Yeah, let's go this way. This way. No! Frickin' knife. Don't need that. Wait a second. Oh, I just realized something. Is it? This is it. Okay. And we'll stop here for tonight. And we'll continue this on Wednesday, give or take. But yeah. Why am I still poisoned? Am I still poisoned? I am still poisoned. Thought that wore off. Might be right. But we'll deal with that later. Do purple. I like purple. Anyway, for now, that's where we'll end it. But either way, thank you guys for hanging out with me. You've all been 10 out of 10 with me. And let's see if there's anybody to raid, though I doubt it. It will be worth the check, at the very least. Yeah, no. Nothing. Yep. Either way, you've been 10 out of 10 with me, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday for more Castlevania. More than likely. You have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever it is that you are.